The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
An incident that happened to me many, many years ago. I was a yeshiva bocher in Eretz Yisrael, and I was on the bus going through Mea Shorim. And there was a short, tiny little old lady who was carrying a big sack of potatoes. I remember it to be almost as tall as she was, maybe not, maybe more, I don't know. And she's getting off the bus, schlepping the potatoes. And I saw that she was having trouble. I got off and I schlepped it, took the potatoes off the bus for her. But then I realized she doesn't live on the bus stop, so I got off the bus. I'm going to carry it to her house. Anyway, she had this one little room in Mea Shorim, and took it, brought it there, and she says to me, I wish I had something to give you, it's Erev Pesach. But let me tell you a story. And she tells me the following story. She says, many years ago, a yeshiva bocher by the name of Binyamin Silber, I happen to have known him, he's a famous Talmud Chochem in Bnei Brak, comes to see me. He's a yeshiva bocher, he's not married, single, and he says, are you Gittala from Mea Shorim? And she says, yes. And he says, the Chazon Ish sent me to you and said, you have my Basher Tezivik. You have my kala. You have the girl that I'm supposed to marry. And she panicked. She says, I don't know what you're talking about. I never had any children. I don't know. The Chazon Ish said, I have your Basher Tezivik. And all she could say to him, she was practically tongue-tied. She said, come back tomorrow. Okay. What does she do? What did our people do? How did our people live throughout the 2,000 years of Golus when we have tzaras? She was probably too old and was too difficult. In those days it was probably very dangerous, or more dangerous, to go to Kever Rochel. She ran to the Koisel. This was pre-48. She ran to the Koisel before Yerushalayim was divided. And she's standing there crying her heart out. Rebbeinu Shalom. The Chazon Ish sent this bocher to tell me that I have his zivig and I don't know what he's talking about. And she's crying and begging Hashem, please help, and the tears coming down her cheek. All of a sudden she notices that there's a woman standing close by. And she's also crying her heart out, so broken, and she goes to her and she says, what's your problem? What are you crying about? And the woman says, I have a wonderful, beautiful daughter, a tzaddikis, and I need a shidduch for her. And sure enough, that was the shidduch. This was the bocher that the Chazon Ish sent. This was the mother of his future kala. And that's how they made the shidduch. But this is the way our people lived. We lived on tefillah. We ran to the places of tefillah. We poured our hearts out at the places of tefillah. And we know that when we pour our heart out, kol asher ninu l'chutz mishari dima, means that wherever we pour our heart out. It doesn't have to be in Yerushalayim by the Koisel. It doesn't have to be in Bethlehem by Koisel, by Kever Rochel, wherever it may be. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Shemei HaTefillah. He listens to our tefillah, and he responds to our tefillah.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org